The bulls race it up into our key resistance zone. Can the bears fight back? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about the fact that 56.05 was a big level for the bulls to run through if they were going to make a direct move towards 58.50, and they ran it right up to that level before consolidating there just at the close. Now the question is, will they run right through, or are the bears going to fight back? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, a quick housekeeping note. I am out all of next week, partially on vacation, partially moving. And because of that, we will not have any videos, even though I know it's a big week with the Fed and rate cuts and all the stuff going on. People in my room will have updates, and PT will be assisting them. But as far as YouTube goes, do not expect any videos next week. Also, our indicator continues to crush in TradingView. Let's jump in there and take a look at what happened today. We had 6 trades, and 5 of them were winners, 2 of them very big winners. A really great day in the room. So right here, we opened the day. We got a sell signal. We made good money on this trade down. They came back up. We let them ride it back up. No long trade here. They got another sell signal, and this one spiked really fast, came back up and stopped us out. So we did take a loser on that one. Got another sell signal, though, right away and rode it down for a nice winner. Came back up, got a sell signal, rode it down for a nice winner. Then we got our buy signal, rode it up, took a little bit of a profit here, and then took this buy and rode it all the way to the moon. And then the sell signal at the top, we took, waited patiently, got this big spike down, and that was another huge winner for us today. These last 2 are in the last hour of the day. We don't really trade then because it's at the end of the day. There's too many variables, and time just isn't on your side for those trades. So we don't take those trades. So another crushing day. This indicator is going to be available to the public. You have to have a TradingView account to use it. I will have it probably the week after next. Next week, as I said, I am out, and it'll be available to the public after that. So really excited about this. The guys in the room you can see on the screen are really excited about it. We're having a great time in there, having great trading months. And if you want to be part of the winning team, you can join our normal subscription. And if you want the indicator, just wait for about a week and a half. Now let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And yesterday we talked about this being a potential ABC up with the bears needing to hold 56.05 and the bulls wanting to push directly through that. They took it right to 56.05 and stopped there. They consolidated there for most of the end of the day. And now the question is, are we going to push through or not? So if the bulls are able to consolidate here and drive directly through, I'd still look for a pullback, but that pullback would be a little more shallow, back toward about 5,500, and then we'd look for a breakout towards 58.50 from there. If the bears are going to fight back, they need to break down from this area, and they need to break down through 5,500. 5,500 will be a huge area of contention. That is the last breakout area. It's where the market broke out from. There's a lot of support there. If the bears are going to take it down in the C wave towards 53.50 to 52.50, they have to get through 5,500. From there, they'll still need to push down through 54.50, and then if they break through that, we'll look for them to continue on down in this C wave. Overall, though, with the bulls making the strong push, I would be looking to buy dips more than I would looking for this C wave down, but structure will matter. If it's a 5-wave move, we're looking at an impulsive structure to the downside, then we would look for this C wave. But if we start to see a corrective move to the downside, I'd look at 5,500 as a strong area of support. So 2 basic paths. We're looking for either a small pullback and then an explosion higher from the bulls, or a bigger pullback from the bears that either comes down in a deeper move or breaks all the way down in this C wave. Over on the NASDAQ, once again, the NASDAQ is giving the bears a little bit of hope. They did not get to their 764 at 19,639, whereas the ES did, and that is a high point of contention on the NASDAQ. You would look for this area to be highly contested, and most often you would see a pullback off of that area if they get there. Overall on the NASDAQ, I could see a world where 2 things can happen. One, you get a pullback that's a little bit more shallow like the ES, or you get a deeper pullback where ES makes a C wave down, but NASDAQ doesn't make a new low, and that's because it's already hit at 618. While it's possible for it to come down lower into this 17,800 area, I would view any low that breaks down through Friday's low of last week, I would view anything like that as potentially very bearish. looking for a potential quick ride up and then a turnover from there. So Friday's low, I think, is very important on the NASDAQ because it is weaker overall, and breaking that low would give them the potential for a leading diagonal where you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you'd look for a pretty strong ride back up because it's a diagonal, and then down from there. I think the more likely case, given ES's position, would be that we finish up this 5 waves up off of this low. Starting this C wave, this would be 1 of C. We'd look for a pullback in 2 of C back to this breakout area around 18,900. And then we'd look for a breakout to the upside, trying to get back through here, and then ultimately back toward the all-time highs and 22,000. So NASDAQ, a little bit weaker, has a lot more work to do than ES, but remember the NASDAQ does like to play catch-up, where ES gets out to a lead, and then all of a sudden the NASDAQ has a 500-point day and is up 3%, where ES was up 1.5% or something like that. So NASDAQ is famous for playing catch-up, so be careful there. But right now it is weaker overall, and it is something to watch as we do start to move higher, or if we start to pull back, how the NASDAQ takes shape and what levels it gets through. Because this 764 at 19,640 should be a pretty strong resistance zone. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it'll take you right over to our webpage. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible monthly plans that both come with a 7-day free trial, and this is because I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it and become part of our trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. You literally have nothing to lose by checking us out. We have an amazing time in there, an amazing community, guys. Take the 7 days and see what it's about. I think you'll love it. And if you don't, no big deal. You can move on and nothing happens. We also have our educational material, our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course, as well as our advanced Elliott Wave course. These courses are helping traders understand complex markets and finally make sense of irrational behaviors. In the advanced Elliott Wave course, we go through more of the complex patterns, your advanced fib levels, your diagonals, your double and triple threes, your flats, your triangles, all the things that are much more rare in the market, but much tougher to decipher. And as you can see on the screen, it's helping our traders immensely. They understand the patterns, how to trade them, and how to chart them so that they know the key levels. Now, if this is too much or too advanced, you can definitely check out our Elliott Wave for Beginners course. In that course, we are helping real traders make real money and finally understand the market in a way that makes sense. It can be very difficult when good news makes the market go down and bad news makes the market go up. This is because Elliott knew that news cycles didn't matter and key levels do. They work over and over again, and it's really undeniable if you look at the correlation between the news and the market. This course here is 25 videos where we go through 3 different parts. We go through your introduction, where we go through your expectations, mindset, KISS method, and why it works. We go through the chart setup and tools, where we go through every tool you need to use, why we use it, and how. And we go through our Elliott Wave for Beginners area, where we go through all of the waves, the corrective depth theory, the theory of alternation, the pivot, everything you need to know to make sense of an irrational market. Now, the really cool thing about these plans is if you want to get them at a discount and get both of them together, you can get our bundle pack and get $37 off. However, if you don't want to pay anything at all, simply join one of our monthly rooms, as they are included in that price. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of our real-time market updates, all of our buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect, as well as the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing in day trade. So we don't trade, so we trade quite often in my rooms. If you're looking for individual stocks, futures trading, income trading, and advanced training, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, we get everything. You get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, futures trading, his income trading method that's killing the market, as well as his reduced risk binary method that gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money. And it's how he structures those trades that's so unique. It's something you really have to see to understand. That's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. All right, our key takeaways for today. We are at a very key resistance level on the ES. I would look for a little bit of a pullback here at a minimum to 5,500. If they're able to break through that, the bears can make this C wave down. In that case, we would look at 43.50 to 52.50. I'm sorry, 53.50 to 52.50. A direct move through 56.05 points us still with a pullback, but probably not coming until the 56.80 area. And then a direct breakout towards 58.50 from there. Over on the NASDAQ, a little bit weaker than the ES still. It's been weaker the whole time. And what we're looking at here is the potential for the NASDAQ to be done with its 5 waves, pull back, and then break out. That pullback would likely come down into this 18,900 area. And if they make any kind of new low that breaks Friday's low on the NASDAQ, I would consider that very bearish and be very cautious moving forward to the upside. Guys, it's the weekend. Grab yourself a drink, get out of the house, have some fun, spend some time with your family, and I'll talk to you in 2 weeks.